Welcome back to Lisburn's 98 FM, your station, your voice. You're listening to the Film Frequency with me, your host, Corey McKinney. And just there we had Rihanna with Diamonds, and before that, of course, it was the Killers with Miss Atomic Bomb.
Lisburn's 98 FM.
Welcome back to Lisburn's 98 FM, your station, your voice. You're listening to the Film Frequency with me, your host, Corey McKinney. With Lisburn's 98 FM, we encourage the audience to get in contact with us via text, email, and also social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter, and also in some other programs on the radio. The hosts will go out and talk to the public.
Yeah, the main difference between a community and commercial radio station is a community radio station is not for profit. So whereas commercial radio stations will carry adverts to try and make money, a community station won't do that. Adverts, which will appear a lot more seldom, will be mainly just to try and make sure you break even. Community radio station also has a lot more flexibility with the content that it produces, in terms of a commercial station is worried about having the peak audience at all times. It wants to maximise its audience, so it can end up sounding very samey, which some people like, which is obviously why they get the audience numbers they do. Community radio stations can produce programmes which are slightly more niche, which can mean an awful lot, but to a smaller crowd.
Being a community radio station, we're all about what goes on in the community around us. So we're always telling the local community about the big, interesting stories that are happening in their area.
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial. It would get it across more, let more people that are in Lisburn find out about events.
Yes, I heard it. It was a few weeks back now. Just flicking on the radio. Actually came across it. Didn't actually realise there was a station from here. But I thought it was very good. Now there's some good shows actually reaching out to the community, not just playing music the whole time. I thought it was quite good.
I think it's a good idea. What I always said was Belfast kind of radio stations, so why can't Lisburn? So no, I think it's good. It lets everybody kind of know a bit more about what's happening in Lisburn, because I think generally when you're on the streets and stuff, you don't really hear about anything like that. The only way you'd hear is if you actually went to look it up on the website. So I think it's a really good idea.
So, how important is community participation on shows?
Massively important. The more the community feeds into the station, the more like a community station it sounds. If you're telling us about things going on around the corner from you or what you're getting up to, then it means that we can talk about wee Jimmy down the road instead of trying to make radio what we think suits you. You become involved and we can make radio what is for you, and it's far more personal.
So Corey, your show's based on movies and entertainment. Would you ever talk about any projects or films that's going on in the local area?
Yes, I feel that it's important to tell my audience not just about the big movies that are coming out from Hollywood, but also about the small, local, independent films that are coming out in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, all our presenters are volunteers, and that is what we do. We open it up to the community in local areas, and it's an opportunity for people who have maybe had a bit of experience in radio and then they've fallen away from it and they want to have a second go, or people who just think, do you know what, it seems like a lot of fun. It gives local people an opportunity to share their stories where they mightn't be able to otherwise, in terms of promoting local events, local musicians getting airplay, and yeah, we just try and make it more open to the people of this area. Plus, if there's something going on, we can tell local people about it, so it helps push that.
Do you think as a community radio it's important to keep to the local news rather than the big stories?
Yes, definitely, of course. Being a community radio station, we're all about what goes on in the community around us. So we're always telling the local community about big, interesting stories that are happening in their area.
So there must be like more of an opportunity for them to voice their opinions and stuff as well then.
Yeah, and that's what's really nice to see when you get a local band coming through and saying thank you so much for playing our song. You see how much it means to them, and everybody's just looking for a break or an opportunity to do something. And if we can give them that, then it's an excellent feeling. And also, young presenters, or not even necessarily young people, but new presenters who've never had a chance to do it, maybe haven't had the luck to get into the industry, are now finding their feet in this station, which is brilliant for us.
Overall, Corey, how do you think the station benefits the community?
Well, I think the station is a great way for the local people to get involved with the community. It allows them to voice their opinions, whether it's through online social networking sites, or even coming in on the radio station and expressing their views.